conferences. Okay, yeah. And then there's also a bunch of scholarships, and you get reimbursement for your membership payments. So it's $20 a year. And then at the end of your time in SCTA, they'll send you your $20 back. So it's essentially free, but for that $20 a year, you get all of these benefits. So yeah, there's a bunch of conferences. With COVID right now, you don't really get to go anywhere, but I know in the past they've had trips in like San Francisco and Houston and a bunch of really cool places. And then you can find out more at the website down here if you want to get involved in SCTA at the state level. Alrighty. All right, so here's our executive board from 2020 and 2021. So our co-presidents, we had co-presidents this year. My name's Sarah. I'm currently a junior here at SDSU. I'm majoring in English, single subject, so I can get my teaching credential. And then also I'm doing applied math. All right. And then our other co-president, she's in the meeting right now. She'll be talking a little bit later, but we have Anne Claire. She's a sophomore and she's also an English single subject major. All right, and then here's the rest of our board. They're not here today, but if you guys do decide to join, you can meet them next year. And then here's our advisor, Dr. Santone. You might have met her earlier today when she talked about College of Ed. But she's like our advisor. She kind of oversees the club and helps us all out. All right, and then, so as a semester overview, this is kind of like what we do here at SCTA. We have a bunch of guest speakers. So I think we just had someone come in and talk about special ed. We had a couple like math teachers from high school come in and talk and about like how to make math inspiring and engaging in the classroom. What else did we have? We had like a guest teacher come in and talk about foldables, which are like really cool like study habits that you can use for students when you're in the classroom. We also did a lot of stuff about brain breaks, so like how to keep your mental health in check when you're doing everything online. We did stuff about diversity and inclusion in the classroom. We also did something about resume building and the hiring process of becoming a teacher. We had a panel of all the students who are currently in the credential program. And then we're gonna have later on in the semester, we're gonna have like more teachers from like elementary school, middle school, and high school come in and kind of do a panel so that you can ask like actual teachers questions about teaching. And then we did like some study tips and stuff as well. All right. And then here's our social media. If you guys want to follow us on Instagram, you can do that. It's sdsu.scta. And then our email is scta.sdsu@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to DM us on Instagram or you can email us. But yeah, that is kind of our presentation for today. So does anyone have any like questions, anything that they want to ask, anything that they're excited about? Okay, yeah, so how can we join? So you can join, sorry, did you mean like the state level or like at SDSU's level? But I can go over both if you're interested in both.
At the SDSU level.
Yeah, for sure. So we have meetings every other Tuesday from 8:30 to 9:30 this semester. So you can pretty much just show up. If you like follow us on Instagram or if you want to drop your email, we can add you to the list. And then we also post whenever we have meetings. And it's free to join at the SDSU level. So you can just like come on in anytime and like say hi and you can meet everyone. And then, yeah, we do like cool presentations and stuff every week. Cool. So if anyone has any other questions, you can like hang out in here, or if you want, I can like pull up the slides again if there's something specific that you wanted to see. But yeah. All right, so we had a couple more people join from the waiting room. So I think I'm probably going to start the presentation again in a couple minutes. So if you guys want to if you already heard what you want to hear, that's totally cool. But yeah, so for anyone who just joined, feel free to drop your email in the chat. You can private message me if you feel more comfortable with it. So that way we can add you to the email list for SCTA. So if you guys are interested in joining, you can sign up and we can get you on the list. And then we'll just hang out for a couple more minutes. Then we'll probably get started again at 3:15. All right. So for anyone who's still here, or if you've just joined, you can turn your camera on. That's really cool. And then, yeah, I was going to kind of go over some slides from our previous meetings so you can kind of see what we do here. Let's see. All right. All right, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. So this is a presentation from a meeting that we did. If you guys kind of want to see what a normal SCTA meeting is like. So this one was about fostering classroom community, which is especially important right now because with COVID, everything's online. So it's super hard to build relationships with students and get students engaged. So that's something that we've been trying to focus on right now. So just ways to foster classroom community. This was before COVID, so it's a little different, but that's kind of what we do. Let's see. All right. And yeah, just we try to be really interactive with the meetings, what does community look like and how would you build a good community in the classroom and what it's like when it's not functioning. So just kind of trying to get everyone engaged. And we understand that a lot of people here don't have a lot of teaching experience or any. So we kind of want to get you built up so that you can be prepared to teach when you try to apply for credential programs. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to go over the main presentation again, just because we've had a couple more people join. So I'm going to bring that up one more time. Great. And then again, for anyone who's just joining us, if you're interested in joining SCTA, feel free to drop your email in the chat. You can like privately message me if you want. So that way we can like add you to the email list for next year so you can be notified when we have all of our meetings. But yeah, so hi everyone who just joined. This is the Student California Teachers Association, also known as SCTA here at SDSU. So just what we're going to be talking about in the presentation today is like a quick overview. So we're going to be going over what SCTA is, and then just kind of doing some quick introductions. And then the semester overview, so sort of what we did like last semester and what we're doing this semester, so you can see if it's something that you'd be interested in joining. So just as a quick overview, so we are the student version of the California Teachers Association. So the California Teachers Association is an association that protects the rights of California teachers. And then that is a branch of the National Education Association. So that's an association that protects the rights of educators at like the national level. So SCTA is sort of like the subgroup that we are, and then broader it goes CTA, which is for all teachers in California, and then NEA, which is the whole country. So our values are teacher quality, so developing qualified, skilled, and passionate future educators prepared to address evolving challenges in their profession. And then like, you know, with COVID, there's like a bunch of new challenges coming up right now. Political action. So we believe in gaining a personal understanding of our profession in order to inspire positive change through political action. Also community service. We try to do a lot of community service projects because it helps future educators develop, foster, and improve the community and create positive relationships. And diversity. So we want to support a diverse membership and working together to promote a public education system that values the diversity of our state. So here are some benefits of joining. So there's two levels of SCTA. There's like the level at SDSU. You can join that. It's totally free. There's no payment, no commitment. Or if you're like really into it, you can also join at the state level. So to join at the state level, it's $20 a year, but at the end of your time in SCTA, like right before you graduate, they'll like reimburse you for all your membership payments. So it's basically free. And with that, you get representation for legal actions affecting teachers. You also get access to the newsletter and the liability insurance and legal protection program. So that's like really cool. I think they insure you up to like $1 million. So like if you're ever student teaching and like a kid spills like coffee on your laptop or something, they'll like insure you for that and pay you for your laptop. It also gives you assistance for credential programs. There's salary schedule information. So if you want to figure out how much money you'll be making as a teacher. There's also a bunch of different workshops and conferences. I know in the past people have been able to go to like San Francisco and Houston, and it's like entirely paid for. Like they'll pay for your hotel, your flight, all your meals. Now everything's virtual, but the conferences are still really cool and productive. And then there's also scholarships, like a bunch of scholarship opportunities. And then, yeah, like I said, you'll get reimbursed for your membership payments. So I think it's $20 a year, and then, but it's like basically free because they'll pay you back. And then if you're interested in this, you can find out more at this website down at the bottom. If you just Google like CTA, or SCTA, it'll take you to the main website. And this is the website at the state level. And then this is our executive board for 2020 and 2021. So a lot of us are still going to be here if you guys choose to join next year, so you can kind of meet some faces now. So I'm Sarah. I'm one of the co-presidents. And then this over here is Anne Claire. She's another one of our co-presidents. So I'm a third year English single subject major, and I'm also majoring in applied math. And then Anne Claire is a second semester English single subject major. And then here's Chris, who's our secretary, Ethan, who's our treasurer, Marie, who does public relations, so she runs our Instagram, Tiani, who's our historian, and then Natasha, who's our event coordinator. Also throughout the semester, we do a lot of like bonding events and stuff. So we had like a game night, a movie night. We had like for Valentine's Day, we all like made Valentines. So yeah, like if you guys join, I know it's like kind of hard to meet people with everything online. So you can do that. And then I think, Terry, you have your hand raised. If you want to like unmute and say something, you can totally do that. You good? Okay. Cool. All right. And then this is our advisor, Dr. Santone. So let's see, I think you guys might have met her earlier today if you were here for like the introduction to College of Ed Student Council. She kind of oversees the club, sort of helps us get everything in a row, and she does a lot of stuff for us with AS. So yeah, this is Dr. Santone. And then for our semester overview, this is kind of what we've done last semester and what we did this semester. So we had a bunch of guest speakers. We had someone come in and talk about special ed. We had another teacher come in and talk about foldables, which are like these really cool new like ways to make learning in the classroom a lot more interactive. And then we had a presentation about brain breaks and like your mental health, taking care of your well-being, especially when everything's online. A presentation about diversity and inclusion in the classroom. And then a presentation about resume building and the hiring process and how to be a teacher. We also had a bunch of students who are currently in the credential program come in and talk and answer questions about, you know, what it's like to apply, what student teaching is like. Later on this semester, we're going to have a teacher panel where we get a bunch of like elementary school teachers, middle school teachers, high school teachers from a bunch of different subjects and have them talk about like the differences, what they like, what they don't like about what they teach, and then just some study tips and some good habits. But yeah, that's kind of what we do here. And then here's our social media. Our Instagram is sdsu.scta, and then our email is scta.sdsu@gmail. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to DM us on Instagram or you can send us an email. That's pretty much our primary ways of communication. And that is my presentation. So I'm going to stop.